Okay, so in this video we're going to be using double brackets, expanding double brackets to look at the area of certain shapes. And we're just going to dive in straight with an example really. So it says here, form an expression for the area of these shapes. I've got a rectangle, I've got a square, and then I've got a triangle, which is perhaps a little bit more challenging. So if you just remember how to find the area of a rectangle, you literally just multiply these two things together. Now the mistake would be writing a plus 2 multiplied by a minus 3. Because of BIDMAS, it would look like you're just going to do the 2 multiplied by a. But actually, we want to multiply all of a plus 2 by all of a minus 3. And there's that secret little multiplication symbol in between that we just don't write. So really, we're just going to expand these brackets. A times a squared. A times minus 3 is minus 3a. 2 times a is 2a, and 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. So that's a squared minus a when you simplify those bits, and minus 6. Let's just jump this up here so that it has a bit more space. Now technically this is an expression for the area of the shapes, but they might say that they want it in expanded form. This here is an expression for the area of the shape, but this is an equivalent expression for it as well. Now with a square, they only need to tell you one side of it. The other side of it we know is exactly the same length. So I could just say that this is x plus 4. To find the area of a square, you take the x plus 4 and you multiply it by itself, x plus 4. Now I could have written that as x plus 4 squared. And the reason the word squared is there is because it's the area of a square. You multiply something by itself. So expanding these brackets, we get x squared, we get 4x, we get 4x, and we get 16. You can see I've gone a bit quicker. That's x squared, 4x, 4x, and 16. Simplifying the middle two terms, we get x squared plus 8x plus 16. Now the triangle is a bit trickier. Remember when you find the area of the triangle, you do the base, you times it by the height, and then you divide it by 2. So when I work out the area of this expression that we've got here, I'm going to multiply the two things together and then I'm going to divide it by 2. I might do the dividing by 2 afterwards, so let's just start off by doing the base multiplied by the height. That is going to be the 2y plus 4 multiplied by the y minus 2. So 2y times y is 2y squared. 2y times minus 2 is minus 4y. I then get a plus 4y and I get a minus 8. Interestingly here, the minus 4y and the plus 4y are cancelling out. So I just get 2y squared minus 8. What I mean by cancelling out is if you just did like minus 4 plus 4, you get 0, and you'd have 0x, which there's no point in writing down. So when I find out the area, I need to do the base times the height, and I need to divide it by 2. So I'm going to take this thing, and I'm going to half it. Well, you can just half the first part, which becomes y squared, and you can half the second part, so you get y minus 4. So the answers to these ones, these expressions, the area of the rectangle is here, here is the square, and here is the area of the triangle. So I want you to have a go at these ones. I want you to form an expression for the area of these three shapes. Pause the video and have a go, and I want them to be in their expanded form. Okay, so for question 1, we're going to have x minus 1, x plus 7. It doesn't matter if you have these brackets written either way around really, because you're still going to get the same thing. So you get x squared, you get 7x, minus 1x. That is just minus 1x, or you could just write minus x, and then minus 1 times 7 is minus 7. So the 7x take away x is 6x, so it's x squared plus 6x minus 7. For the square, the other side is going to be the same. So it's just going to be y minus 7 squared, which is y minus 7, y minus 7. Y times y, that's y squared. You get a minus 7y, a minus 7y, and a plus 49. So it's y squared minus 14y plus 49. Okay, let's have a look at this one here. We're going to expand the brackets. I'll do the base and the height. Let's times them, and then afterwards I'll divide it by 2. So I'm going to do my 2x plus 5 and my 4x plus 2. You can do the divide by 2 at any point really, but I'm going to do it afterwards. So I get my 8x squared. Don't know why I've put a plus, should have said an equals. 8x squared plus 4x plus 20x, am I going to fit it in, plus 10? No, I'm not going to fit it in. Let's just make some more space then. Plus 20x plus 10. 4x and the 20x make 24x, so that's 8x squared plus 24x plus 10. Now, the base times the height divided by 2 is going to be this whole thing that we've got here divided by 2. So I can half the first part, I can half the second part, and I can half the third part, so that I've got my 3 answers to question 1, to question 2, and question 3. Hopefully you got those same answers that I did. Okay, the next videos are probably not likely to be in the foundation paper, so if you're taking the foundation paper, you might want to kind of stop here and just do the practice in the description. Otherwise, I'm going to be showing you some challenges where there's no numbers, there's more than 2 terms in a bracket, and then where there's 3 terms per bracket. These are things that are probably more likely just for A-level preparation and for the higher tier. Found this video helpful? Then why not drop it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like the next video in the playlist, you can click here to be taken straight to it. And as always, wishing you the very best for all your studies.